Love Your Life. Love Your Life. Love Your Life, a show like no other, one that aims to inspire you to live a life you love. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love your day.
Love your day.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love Your Life, prepared and presented by Sayyida Mayya Al Said.
Love your life.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you all today. So you know what time it is. It's time to love your life on your nation station with me, your host Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist on social media. This is a live show starting right now, 2:30 right up until 3:30, inshallah. This is a live show. You are more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058 through the whole duration of the show. This show is for you. This is about your life as well as mine. So let's talk. Let's, inspire ourselves to be the best version we can be. Just a reminder that this is there's a repeat of the show that's going to be aired tonight, 10 past midnight, inshallah. So if you're hearing this at midnight, you know that the live show was from 2:30 to 3:30. So make sure you tune in now and call in now. Okay, enough of me talking. You're probably thinking, okay, Mayya, what's the topic today? The topic today is you have the power to change. Now, as you're well aware that during this whole show of Love Your Life, I aim to inspire you. I aim to make you think. We talk about topics that matter, and inshallah, with aiming even a little bit to change your life to the better. Ultimately, to one that you will love. So this episode is simply a reminder to something we all know, but we forget, including myself, that the power is within us, that we always have the choice, and this we always have the choice is something that I think you all know right now. I say it a lot on my show because it matters, and because, as I said, it's a reminder for all of us that we do have the choice on how we lead our life, and we have the power to change. If you've been a listener on Love Your Life through the whole month of Ramadan, you know that I've discussed topics such as on episode 3, I discussed you matter, that if we exist means we matter and we have a purpose, of course, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also on this earth we have a gift that we can utilize for the benefit of ourselves and the others. And in episode 4, I talked about believing in yourself. And this is another core factor that you need in order to make changes in your life. You need to believe in yourself and in your capabilities and ultimately in your dreams. Now, if you're thinking, okay, Mayya, these are past episodes, how can I listen to them? You can listen to them by going on my YouTube channel, also, which is my nickname, The Sewist, and you will find them there. So far, I have uploaded, I think, as of today, I think there are 11 episodes up. I still have 2 pending. Actually, 2 pending. So, inshallah, hopefully today or tomorrow, they should be up, bidnillahi ta'ala. Back to the topic of you have the power to change. Just a reminder, if you've just joined your nation station, this is your host, Mayya Al Said, and you can call me to discuss whatever it is I'm about to say by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Topic for today, you have the power to change. It does not matter what your current situation is, the relationship you're in, where you live, what you do as in your job, or what other people expect of you. If you don't like something about your life, you have the power to change it. I know it kind of feels selfish that I'm saying that you have the power to change it, but it's true. Why are we living a life that we are not really happy about? And there are certain things in life, yes, we have to be grateful for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. We are blessed. We do not focus on what we don't have. We focus on what we have. But sometimes even within what we have, there are things we wish they were a bit better. And guess what? you can change that. Just a reminder that you're more than welcome to join me and discussing this, and I'd really be interested to know your thoughts, and you can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Today with me in the studio is Ayoub Al-Busaidi, who will gladly transfer the calls over to me. Just a reminder, if you do happen to call me, please call me only when it is safe to do so. I don't want you risking your life or the life of others around you. So I'm talking about you have the power to change. And I'm saying that it's not going to be easy. Or if you're asking me, is it going to be easy? I would answer no. But is it going to be worth it? I'm going to say yes. And I think we have a caller. Just looking at Ayoub here. Ayoub, caller? No. Okay. So, and the thing is, we are so focused in the current situation that we're in, we can't see how it can get better. And we know that we want it to get better, but if we think of all the other things that we have to go through, we're going to think, oh, I don't think I'm going to go through that. Ayoub, is there a call on the line? Oh, salam alaikum.
الو السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Who is speaking?
Who would you... This is Love Your Life. This is Mayya Al Said. How can I help you? You're live on air.
Live on air?
Yes. Please reduce the radio. Okay, he's gone. All right. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So as I was saying, people who call in, this is Love Your Life, by the way. This is Mayya Al Said, and this is your show on your nation station. Just a reminder, when you do call, please reduce the radio, because then there's an echo and we can't seem to hear each other very well. So as I was saying, when we think of changing, we think, is it going to be worth it? Is my life going to really be better? Only you can decide. But you have to go through it. And I would hate for you to think, oh, I wish I did. You can. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to do it. Often when we have a problem that we can't solve, what do? We tend to speak to somebody that we trust, a family member or a friend, for support or guidance. If we're honest with ourselves, what we really want from them is guidance. Or we want them to initially tell us what to do and what steps to take. And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello?
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
How are you, sister?
I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. What are your thoughts on the show today?
Hello, I'm Bilkis.
Can you just reduce the volume of the radio, please, and just hear me through the radio? Through the phone.
I'm even far from where the radio is.
But I can hear an echo.
This is my first time of calling, so I'm just joining. Maybe you should just tell me what you are talking about. Oh, all right. So it would be nice if you were listening, so you know. But anyway, we're talking about the power to change. All right. Maybe I'll call back.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So, as I was saying before the call, that when we have a problem with ourselves, what we try to do is not a problem with ourselves. When we have a problem, we try to seek other people, and what we really want from them is, funny enough, we're asking them what to do. We say, okay, I have this problem. What do you think I should do? What steps should I take? As helpful as we want them to be, but really, are we asking somebody what you want to do with your life? That sounds a bit, scary. What if they suggest something and you think, I really don't want to do that, but now what you're going to do? Because you've asked for this person to tell you what they want to do. So it's something to think about. This is your life. And I'm all up for getting people, their advice. And you have to decide at the end of the day what you want to do, because you know what I'm going to say. This is your life. Just a reminder that this is a live show on your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said. You're more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. We're talking about you have the power to change. So, I think the person who should be answering the question, if you have a problem, is you. Because at the end of the day, whatever situation you are faced with, the question is, what do you want? What do you want to do? What is going to make this better for you? Take some time alone, figure it out, pray, meditate, relax your mind, your body, and listen to yourself, your mind. What are you telling yourself? This is your life. You get to choose. We have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
How are you, sister?
Good. How are you, Maya?
Alhamdulillah.
It's Leanne with you.
Hi, Layan. So nice to hear from you.
It's nice hearing you on the radio every day.
Thank you so much. So glad that you're listening to me.
I have a question.
Okay.
You're talking about change, but the first step to changing is realizing what is wrong.
Yes.
Or the thing that needs changing, which is the most difficult part, I think, for a lot of people, including myself.
Okay.
So my question is, how do you become aware or believe that there is something wrong that needs changing? Either it's with your personality or your life, because I think that's the hardest thing to do. So I'd just like to hear your thoughts on that.
Okay, will do. Thank you so much, Habibti, for your call.
Anytime.
Yalla.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so Leanne's question is, how do we know when we need to change if something's not working, either in our personality or in our surroundings or whatever it is that probably we are unhappy with? The first thing I would answer, which is the easiest one, is our surroundings. We know when we're not happy with something, and it can be whatever it is. It can be in our health. We're not looking after ourselves. مثلا, we've put on weight, and we know we need to tackle that issue. Or it can be in our job. You know how you feel about your job, if you love doing what you do or not. The relationship that you're in, being your marital spouse or anything else, if you have a problem like with one of your siblings, you know that something is not working when it's external. But when it comes to internal, as you very well said, Layan, that it does take a bit more soul searching, and sometimes it might take you a long time to realize what it is. But what is a good thing that you can do is ask people who have known you for a very long time and who will be okay to tell you, Leanne, I think that, I'm not saying this specifically about you, my darling Leanne, but, there are some things that I feel that you could be better at, or مثلا you have maybe, anger management issues, or you don't talk enough, or you don't let anyone in. So these, you can only get some sort of insight for people who have known you for a long time and who'll be willing to tell you. Maybe they've been telling you this for a while, but it just didn't register. Maybe you were not ready for it. But now that you are, and if you go and ask them and you're willing to take it in and inshallah work on yourself. So this is one way of doing it, and it's actually the only way I can think of at the moment. However, if I do think of anything, either I'll let you know again on the show, or I'll get in touch with you personally and let you know. I don't know if we have a caller, just wanted to go through a break, but I'll see. So the topic for today is you have a power to change, and we'll continue right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Oman FM present Ramadan Bonanza. Join June and the team on the nation station Oman FM every evening,
8 o'clock to 9 p.m. at Muscat City Center.
Lots of prizes and surprises await you. Come along and be a winner. Ramadan Bonanza. This Ramadan, get inspired to be healthy and get all your health questions cleared with Dr. Ali Alawati on radio, Sultanate of Oman, from 4 o'clock to 5 p.m. Join us on Health Talk. Ramadan Mubarak.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Welcome back to your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, on your program, Love Your Life. If you've just joined us, today we're discussing the topic, you have the power to change. May I remind you that this is a live show. You know the drill. You call me, you are able to interact with me, ask me questions, let me know your thoughts. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. As much as I'd love to hear from you, please call me only when it is safe to do so. I do not want you risking your life or the life of others around you. So before the break, we were talking about how we have the power to change, that the answer is in us. And I also answered Layan's question about how do we know when we need to change, either, factors to change either externally or internally within us. So why do we stick with things that we don't like in our life? Why do we continue to live this life and just accept these things that we're not happy with? Don't we deserve to love our life and to, we only have this one life. Shouldn't we love it? Shouldn't we enjoy it? Shouldn't we make the most of it? Ayub, we have a call? Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for calling back.
Yeah, I'm back.
So let me know.
I have your question.
Okay, so let me know, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. In a situation whereby you got married, maybe later, maybe after 10, 12 years, the husband died.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, after 3 years, the guy comes in and is asking for marriage.
Okay.
You should marry him.
Okay.
But the guy is smaller. Let me say you are bigger than that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use this example. Maybe the lady is 25 years old.
Okay.
While the guy is 22.
All right.
Do you think this relationship can go on?
This is the question
I just need an advice.
Okay, I will answer you after after we end the call, just so we can have a chance. So just listen in to the answer, and thank you so much for your call.
All right.
Okay. So when we're talking about relationships, this as well isn't a change in itself. But to answer my caller's question is, I don't think age determines whether a relationship will work or not. I think it really depends on their personalities, the compatibility of the two, the husband or the husband-to-be and this wife-to-be, the couple. Because that will matter, their personality, how they think, how they see their lives, what goals do they have. They need to get to know each other, and that will determine. And then the gap is not that big it's like 3 years, so it's not that big of a challenge. But there are important things to be discussed as couples, and age is just age. And that's my thoughts on this, and I wish them well, whoever they are. Thank you so much for your calls. Just a reminder that you're tuned into your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, also known as the Sewist on social media, tongue twister there. And today on the show, we're discussing You Have the Power to Change. You're more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058. 2460 2058. So we were talking about something. Hold on. I have to clear my throat. Better. Okay. So we were talking about how change... why do we get stuck in life and not want to change? And I know there are many factors to that, but we have to realize that the change can be little change that we do, and there can be the major change that is, changes life as you know it. And sometimes you have to, be fearless and go after these changes, no matter what they are, if they will make you happy. But of course, you have to be realistic. Okay, we're going to have a throat situation today, so I'm terribly sorry. So you have to go be fearless about wanting to have a better life for yourself, trying not to force yourself onto others, because I know when we talk about change, sometimes it involves people in our lives, and we have to be very careful in how we deal with them. But you have to also be a little bit selfish and think of yourself, because this is your only life, and you need to, I think, love it, and whatever it comes with. You need to be able to fight some battles, so you can be happy with who you are and the way you're living your life. You're more than welcome to call me. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about it. Tell me your thoughts. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. So often we get stuck in jobs we don't like or enjoy anymore. We are in relationships that don't seem to bring us much joy. we live in a place where it's no longer suitable, or, it's just you're not feeling that place anymore. So the question is, why do you still stay in a place or in situations that don't work for you anymore? Question is why? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know. You know the drill. Call me. 24 60 2058. I like when I do that. Ayub smiles. So the number to call is 24 60 2058. Question is, why do you think we resist change? If something is making us unhappy, something does not work for us anymore, why do we not change our life? Let me know what you think. Some are in abusive relationships, but they don't leave. Some are wishing to change a habit, whatever it is, quit smoking, join the gym, but never do. They say they can't. Question is why? Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Why don't people take hold of the power that they have and create a life that they will ultimately love? What are your thoughts? Let me know. According to BetterBelieveIt.net, I like the name of the website, we doubt ourselves. I don't know, maybe is it we think that we are not worthy of it, which is why it's important to believe in ourselves and have self-worth and love ourselves enough to want to have the best for us. We tend to depend our happiness on other people and thinking if they're happy, then it's going to make me happy. But in the long run, my dear listeners, it's not going to work. You have to put yourself first in some situations, because only when you are living or loving yourself and the life that you love, you are able to give the best of you to everybody around you, including your family, your husband, your children, your job. Everything around you just will be better if you are better, if you love your life. I know this is going very deep, but this is what it is. And as I said at the beginning of the show, this is simply a reminder that we are in this together, a reminder that you have the power to change your life, no matter how big or how small. You can do this. I know it doesn't seem easy, but I said at the beginning, it's going to be worth it. And I believe we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. كيف الحال?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
So please introduce yourself.
I just wanted to respond to your question on why we refuse to change.
Yeah.
I think it's because even though, let's say it's an abusive relationship or a bad job, the fact that we know it, like we know what it is,
yes.
Whereas if we're going to change, like we have a fear of the unknown is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like we think maybe what would come after would be worse, or just the fact that you don't know what it's going to be is a fear that many people have.
That might stop them from ultimately changing anything, so they're just comfortable with the way things are.
Exactly. Even though it's bad, it's at least something that they know they're comfortable with.
Yeah. This is the next point I was going to talk about, which is like perfect timing that you called and said it. But it's so true. And I feel not sorry, but I feel, that sometimes not knowing there's a beauty on not knowing, because you don't know what's going to happen. It could be good. It could be worse. But
yeah, that's true.
But that's the beauty of life. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Does that mean tomorrow's not going to happen? Tomorrow is going to happen.
Exactly.
So it's just the way we have to change the way we think. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's something from within us. And also another point is that people have a fear of what others will think. If I leave this job, what will other people say? If I leave the marriage, what are other people going to have to say about it? And also the consequences on other people. Yeah,
this what other people will say. I'd love to make a whole episode about this. What other people will say, because
yeah, you should.
I don't know if I'll manage, but I'll see if I can squeeze it in. But thank you so much for your call.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated. Bye. Okay, so as she very well pointed out, that yes. People are very comfortable with what they have, what they know, even if it's not good, because they're scared of the unknown. And as I said, we don't know. Even it's a risk, making the change. I'm not saying you're going to do it and guess what? It's going to work out for you. It might not work out for you, but at least you've changed. You're not in that relationship, job, whatever it is that was not making you happy, but you have other opportunities, and you just have to take the risk, I guess. Just a reminder that this is your nation station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, where talking about You Have the Power to Change on your program, Love Your Life. You're more than welcome to join me in the discussion by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. So we're talking about why are people unable to change whatever they have going on in their life that's not bringing them as much joy as it once did, whether it be a relationship, job, something to do internally with themselves, their health. You know, why do we have to have red flags? Why do it has to get so bad that then you have to change? Why don't you speak up for yourself? Why don't you say, look, I'm really not feeling this, there's something wrong? You know, communicate. Wow, I love that word. And if anybody who knows me personally knows how big I am on communicating, because that's the only way we'll understand each other, no matter what situation you're in. If you're in a relationship, in a job, always let the person know, because they really can't read minds. Although I think many of us would like to have that talent, but no, we don't. So we really need to communicate. So moving on to the reasons as to why one might not change. We've given our power away to others. What they think becomes more important than what we think. So their happiness, or if he's happy, then I'm good. Okay, that will only work for a period of time. At the end of the day, and after, say, many months or many years, you will realize that you've lost yourself. And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Mukhtar. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I am well. So, what are your contributions today?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to address the question you asked.
Why?
Regarding why some of the people, they get stuck to some job they don't like, or what could be the reason.
Yeah.
I think personally that there could be some reason that a lot of things they are depending on job for them, not only for them, but maybe they have kids, they have families. There are other people like they are depending, for example, say they are doing some job which is not according to their qualification.
Yes.
But still they keep on doing because they need this financial support.
Yes.
To raise up their families, education of their kids.
Which is understood, Dr. Mukhtar. I'm not saying why people are working and why they continue working in a job that's not bringing them happiness. What I'm saying is that they have a choice. Even if, I'm not saying for them to quit their job and, I don't know, start a business. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to communicate is that if you're unhappy, speak up. Go speak to your boss. Look, there's this situation I'm not happy in. Can I move to another department? Can you give me more responsibilities? Say something. Do something.
Yes,
if you do nothing, nothing will change.
Right. Yes.
So that's what I mean. I totally understand the nature of how we work and that we become dependent on our jobs, and it goes vice versa. The job needs us and we need the job. So it's a two-way thing. And I'm not... Thank you, though, for bringing it up and clarifying it so people don't get the wrong message.
Yeah, you're right. That's the right approach to do in order to relax yourself. Yeah. Second thing is the same situation. Can we say that if somebody is doing that, but he doesn't like, but he's doing this for his family or for kids or somebody else, does this also mean that he has changed himself for them?
In a way.
Is also a change?
Yes, in a way, sadly, it is. But if he's okay with it, then it's fine. But if he starts complaining that, oh, I'm only doing this because of you, then he needs to find something else to do, but still be able to support his family. So he does not blame them. This is not their fault. They did not force him to go and look for a job or do something that he's not happy with. That is his choice. We always have a choice on how we lead our life. And we need to stop blaming other people.
Exactly. And sometimes people, they want to change the whole world.
We can't.
Or they want to... There is a small story if you have a time to share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There was an old person, he was dying. The doctor was sitting beside him, and that the old person, he started crying. The doctor asked why. He said, when I was born, my mother said, one day you will change the world. So when I grew up, when I saw the map of the world, I said, no, it's too big. I cannot change.
Yeah.
He said, okay, no problem, I'll change my country. He tried and failed. Then he said, okay, I'll change my city. And later on, he got a job. Then he got married, saw his wife, and he said, okay, I'll change her. And he couldn't change her.
I don't blame.
While
course you can't change
her,
us.
they got 4 babies. He said, okay, after every baby, he said, okay, I'll change him. And he didn't change anybody. And at that time, he said, perhaps actually I should have changed myself.
It took him a long time, though, to realize that.
Yeah. So that's why I'm crying today.
Okay.
So I think changing yourself is better than to change your atmosphere, because once you will change yourself, people will get influenced.
Yes, exactly.
From your family, from your surroundings, from your workplace.
Yeah, and all as well comes down to believing in yourself and your capabilities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your purpose. What's your purpose in wanting to change? There's always a purpose. Exactly. Thank you so much,
Your
Dr.
shows are very soothing, really. They are so calm, and their ambience is so calm. They really feel relaxed.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Mukhtar. Ma as-salama. All right, so you were listening to Dr. Mukhtar, who is, mashallah, one of the great contributors to my show, as you all are. He calls in every day. I really appreciate it. And we have another caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam, brother. How are you?
Fine. My name is Sayyida Ramadani.
Hello, Saeed. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, just I want to respond to your question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think people sometimes hesitate to change because they have one type of experience. I mean, when they want to change, they ask their relatives or friends, and coincidence, these relatives or friends have same experience. For example, bad experience.
Yes.
So I think people need to diversity their experience. If you have all the response is negative, you have to search for people who have different experience, so you can judge right about your change.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what I think, that people, when they have only one opinion, they need to see the other people's opinion.
Yes.
So they can have full picture what type of change they want to make and which suit them.
True, and then, to get all the information that you need, good or bad, whatever outcome it may be, you study it and then you decide, okay, is this something I want to do? Is this a risk?
Like 365 view in any subject you want to do it.
True.
Search it in everywhere, and you can know all the weakness and strengths, and you can make the suitable decision.
Yeah, so you can go in prepared, knowing, the various ways it can go, and then you kind of are ready for whatever comes, inshallah.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you so much, Saeed, for your contribution.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
And with that, I'll take a short break. Don't you go anywhere. Your nation station, Love Your Life, will be right back.
Initialize sequence now.
Join Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan and win a Lexus GS350 on the last day. It's so easy to join. Just send SMS with your full name to 90465 and be the lucky one to bring home a brand new Lexus GS350. The more you send, the more chances of winning. Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan. Join now. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ordering 4 shooters, 2 car, 3 lamb, 3 steak.
Join us and our Ramadan chef every day from 3:30 to 4 p.m. during the holy month of Ramadan and experience flavors from around the world. Enjoy different flavors from around the world.
Exciting. Yummy.
An edgy rainbow.
Ramadan recipes. Keep your pens and papers ready. We take you around the world with different mouth-watering dishes.
I love that.
Absolutely saucy.
Have a little dessert at the end too, because you get to learn the recipes of every dish that's been set up.
So all of that combined, there you go.
With me, June Yogesh, assisted by Huda Sultan Al Zakwani.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, with your program, Love Your Life. Today we're talking about you have the power to change. I've had some interesting thoughts and discussions. And if you would love to listen in, there's a repeat of the show at 10 past midnight, I believe. And all the episodes of Love Your Life are uploaded on my YouTube channel, The Sewist. So we've reached to a point in our discussion where we're talking about, I should remind you, before I start talking, is that this is a live show and you're more than welcome to call me and let me know your thoughts, because this show is about you and about your life and how to make it better and ultimately love your life. And you can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. So before the break, I was talking about how why is it that some people get stuck in their life, in some issues or matters in their life that they're not happy about, but yet they will do nothing. And what gets me about these people is that they complain. Oh, I'm not happy with this job. Oh, I don't know, one thing or another. They are always complaining. And my thing, and I'm saying, you know what? You need to stop complaining. You need to change. And if you're not going to change, then stop complaining, because there's no point. You're in this vicious circle of, things that are not working, but I'm not doing about it, but it's not working. But so you know what I mean? So why are you doing this to yourself? You need to change. And I know it's not going to be easy. And you know what? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you have to take the risk. Do you want it bad enough? And we have a caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Mayya. How are you? This is Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How's everything?
Alhamdulillah. Let me know your thoughts about you have the power to change.
My thoughts regarding changing whatever position you are or situation you're facing.
Yep.
I just wanted to share with you an experience I had with one of my colleagues.
Okay, please do.
I was working in a place where we had a kind of a hard time with this colleague, because this person was a person that under pressure becomes really... gets a little difficult attitude to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
kind of like anger management.
Kept on complaining and about his attitude and all of that, but none of us did anything about it.
Okay.
And I just got sick of it, and I'm like, I have to talk to this person because it was making our daily working life
a difficult environment to work in. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes. So one day I just did, and I said it to him, and I tried to say it as gentle as possible. And of course he did not take it in a good way. But then, subhanallah, the next day that person came and apologized, and he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't think that I was doing this to all of you." And it's like for him it was like an eye opener, and he took it in a good way after he went home and he thought about what I told him. And we became very good friends after that, and life was easy after that.
And you said all it took was for you to just speak to him, just to communicate.
Yeah, just to speak to him and tell him that you're hurting the people around you, and you're making it very hard. We can help you if you need help.
Yeah.
We don't need, you can come to us for help. We can assist you if you feel like you're really under a lot of pressure, instead of trying to blow out on everybody else, which that will not work.
Subhanallah. Thank you so much, Sophia, for sharing that story and letting us know that changes can be as simple as communicating. Maybe people are listening to me and thinking, Mayya wants me to quit my job. Mayya wants me. No, I'm not asking you guys to do anything. I'm just saying you have the power to change, and it can be as small and it can be as big as you want it to be.
Exactly. Because we face this problem. A lot of people face this problem that they either complain about a manager or a colleague or anyone around their working environment.
Yeah.
But you can really change that. Don't try and just quit and run away. Because that will not solve. Because again, you might find another person in another working environment with the same attitude or with even a worse attitude. So.
And you know what? Usually, when you go up to people and you say this, first of all, they say, really? I didn't know I did that. They'd be like surprised. Are you even talking about the same person?
Yes.
That's to them.
Exactly.
And
true. They don't. A lot of them, they think that this is, as long as nobody else is saying anything, that means it's okay. That means I'm not trespassing or I'm not hurting anyone. But sometimes you do need someone to just come and tell you. They just need that help, that little push, and then it will make them be more aware of how they act next time when they're around people.
Yeah, that's so true. And it also depends on the way you say it. If you choose the moment to speak to this person, because if this person has like an anger management problem and you go to him, and when he's angry and you're shouting and he's shouting, it's not going to do anyone any good.
Yeah,
you have to find the moment.
Exactly. You have to find the good time. You have to and you have to talk to that person alone.
Yes.
You shouldn't do it like in a public, like you're like this, all of us, we hate you. We don't like you having you around. so he doesn't feel like he's like cornered out somewhere.
Yes, of course. Well, thank you so much, Sophia, for lighting us with the story. I'm so glad that he's now much better and that you are now enjoying your work environment. Thank you so much for your call.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, dear.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. So there is a beautiful example of how a small change, and all she did was speak. Do you realize how sometimes all we need to do is speak up? And as I said, you just have to choose the right moment and the right way to say whatever it is that you want to say, and just let your voice heard, because that in its way will create a change. I just want to talk about something that I came up online, which said about John Di Martini. I don't know where he's from, but he said people can only see the challenges they face, but you are able to change your life by changing your perception, your attitude, and mind. Just a reminder that this is a live show. This is your nation station. You are more than welcome to call me on 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Let me know your thoughts. The topic is you have the power to change. It's not what happens to you, but your perception of it, how you perceive it in your mind, how you think this is actually affecting you. And that is a lot to think about, because usually when something happens to us, we think the worst. I don't know why we do this as humans. We just think this is the worst thing that can happen. And then you go through all the bad intention that this person had when they did that. And you're thinking, why are you doing this? You know, if those who don't understand what I mean by perception, I looked it up for you. I've got you. I Googled it. So the perception means the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through your senses. So a synonym, I'm hungry or what? Synonym, there we go, for it is an idea, notion, or belief for the word of perception. So again, it is not what happens to you, but your perception of it. Call me, let me know what you think about that. And you can do so by dialing 2460 2058, 2460 2058. Please call me only when it is safe to do so. I do not want you risking your life or the life of others around you. So you can either be a victim of your history or a master of your destiny. That sounds good, huh? You can be a victim of your past, or you can be the master of your future. Guess who decides? You. Your perception is your reality. What you think, how you see it, is what's going to happen. If you go into an exam thinking, I am not going to do well, this is going to be so difficult, guess what? That's exactly how you're going to feel like in the exam. You're thinking, oh my God, this is so difficult. How can I do this? Why didn't I study? So you have to change your perception to change your reality. Your perception is your reality. So change that. You change your life. Oh, I think we have a caller, but I'll just wait before I start over. And we do. No, we don't. Okay. So, changing your perception, you change your reality. How to change your life? There are lots of ways, actually, depending on so many things. First of all, on your personality, on what it is you want to change. And there's so many ways of going about it. One way will, even if I suggest 10 ways, maybe you'll only one way will work for you, and that's okay. But you have to be willing to do the research. You have to be, this is your life, this is your life. I am just here as a reminder. I am so glad to have this opportunity to speak to you guys, for you to listen to me, for you to be able to contribute by calling me. You can do so, by the way, by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. So let's talk about this. How can you change your life? First of all, you have to strengthen your self-esteem. You are stronger and more powerful than you think you are. Believe that. We've often given that power away, and we've never realized that we have it in us. Even though it's no longer with us, just look inside you. It's there. You just have to listen to yourself and know that you deserve to be happy and and you can change things. You have that power. So make a list of all the things that you have overcome in your life. I'm sure there are hurdles that you have faced and overcame. So just make a list, just to see that, you know what, I did that. I was able to go from this to this. And it'll raise your self-esteem. Another thing is letting go of the past. I think we have a caller. And we do. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
My name is Yahya Fuad.
Thank you, Yahya, for joining the show.
I've been listening to your shows for longer, and I think they're very nice.
Thank you.
I want to tell you a story. It's not a story, it's like a quote about change.
Okay, please do.
It says that a man cannot change without pain, for he is both the marble and the sculptor.
A man cannot change without pain, for he is both the marble and the cutter.
Sculptor.
And the what?
Sculptor.
I can't get that. I don't know what you mean by that word. But anyway, maybe you can explain it more, then I will understand.
Okay. Change requires pain.
Yes.
In order for someone to change in any situation, he or she has to go through some pain, because change requires someone to go from his normal activities, his normal behavior, to go to a state that he has to leave them, to leave people, to leave the situation, to leave his routine, in order for him to change.
Yeah.
Eric Thomas says that pain is temporary.
Yes.
It may last for a minute, an hour, a day, or even a year, but it will subside, and something else will take its place.
Yeah.
However, if you don't give up, if you give up, it may last forever.
True.
So my point is, in any situation, if you want to change, you need to suffer.
Yes.
You need to accept the change in you in order for you to change.
That's so true. And it's actually the next point after what I was going to say, let go of the past, and then I was going to go through that. And I love that, although I've never met any of you, but you seem to be so in sync with what I'm saying. This is the second time this has happened today on this show, that I'm about to go through the next point, and my caller, like you just did now, is talking about the next point. So thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show.
And I'll be here listening every single day.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
Yalla. All right, so I have no words. If you can see me now, I have the biggest smile on my face. Alhamdulillah, I'm so blessed to have this opportunity and to have you guys join me. So this is Love Your Life on Your Nation station. I'm talking about how you have the power to change, and you are more than welcome to join me by calling 2460-2058, 2460-2058. I was just going through the points of how to change your life. So I talked about strengthening your self-esteem. Second point was, let go of the past. The past is in the past, people. It does not affect your future. Past can even be as recent as yesterday. If there was something that you were doing yesterday, guess what? It's no longer should affect you today, now, at this point in time. It's gone, forgotten. But if it's something that you did wrong that you want to change. And just keep that as a reminder as to who you were and somebody you no longer want to be. What was doesn't have to be what is. All right? So the past is in the past. It's there for a reason. Let's focus on now and the future. Be patient. Don't fear pain. This is where I was talking about the last caller who said, change comes, with change comes pain. And that is 99% of the time, that's what it's going to be. Change is uncomfortable, people. That's why many people don't change, because there's, as we said, why people don't change. We did talk about, doubting ourselves because we're fear of the unknown. We don't want to feel pain. So we are going to feel pain, and we have to realize that it's temporary. It's going to last, and then it's going to go. And the shift from temporary is temporary pain to a much greater gain. Temporary pain to a much greater gain. But you have to be willing to be to wait, and you have to be, have to ride the tide and just let things take its course. People to calm down, let them think about it, and it could take a day, a year, a month, whatever it is. Just give it time, and try not to have any regrets. As one caller said, you take all the information that you can about the situation. Don't make a change based on emotional, when you're emotionally, like, I don't know, you're upset, you're crying. You have to be in a sound mind, like your normal self, and know that you have to see clearly. You have to see it like a bird's eye view from all angles. I'm going to take this. I want to make this decision. What's good about it? What are the things that could go wrong? How can I make it better? You have to go in it knowing exactly how can I say this? You have to be well informed about the decision you're about to take. So don't just take it on a whim, because that might not turn out very good mentally for yourself and the others involved. Just a reminder, we'll take a short break and we will be right back. Thank you so much.
Oman FM present Ramadan Bonanza. Ramadan Bonanza. Join June and the team on the nation station Oman FM every evening,
8 o'clock to 9 p.m. at Muscat City Center.
Lots of prizes and surprises await you. Come along and be a winner. Ramadan Bonanza.
Initialize sequence now.
Join Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan and win a Lexus GS350 on the last day. It's so easy to join. Just send SMS with your full name to 90465 and be the lucky one to bring home a brand new Lexus GS350. The more you send, the more chances of winning. Oman Radio's big time giveaway this Ramadan. Join now. Ramadan Mubarak.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Welcome back to Your Nation Station. This is your host, Mayya Al Said, on your program, Love Your Life. I have started at 2:30. I'll be here right up until 3:30, which is only 9 minutes left. So if you're more than welcome to join me on today's topic, we're talking about you have the power to change. You can do so by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. May I remind you that this show is repeated at 10 past midnight, and you can listen to all the past shows of Love Your Life since the beginning of it. I believe this is episode 14. You can listen to it on my YouTube channel, The Sewist. So if you've missed the past, hour, I talked about how we have the power to change, that the answer is in us, not, we tend to ask other people. The answer is within us, or within you. And you just have to find a calm time and just listen to yourself, and you know what you want to do. And we have a caller. Salam alaikum.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Please,
how are you, dear?
I'm fine. Can you just please reduce the radio and just listen to me through your phone, if you don't mind? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Ayub? Okay, it seems we have a technical problem. Just a moment. So this is, when you don't reduce your radios, I can hear my echo, and it seems like there's two of me talking, and I think one of me is more than enough. I think we seem to have another caller. We do. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine, thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Actually, I want to contribute in your today's topic.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. You think that if something happens, so need to forget the thing and go on. But there are certain things in which we cannot go on. Like, in my personal life, I lost my parents.
Yes.
It's very, very difficult to forget the things. Like, it's like 5 years back.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays, if I got anything good in my life, I always miss them.
I'm sure you do.
So it's very difficult to get out these things. So I don't think that in everything we can forget the things.
I am not asking if it's something. Death is something very difficult, and only God and time can heal that. And as well, the way if you try and remember the good memories, missing and the pain will be there. And, I sympathize with you. I am still, alhamdulillah, I have both my parents left. So I do not know what you're going through, but I can imagine it's very difficult. I can't imagine the pain you're going through. But what I mean in change and not forgetting the past, it was just like, how can I say this? If things
it is very difficult. That's what I'm asking. Is there any easier way to get out of it?
If you don't mind leaving your number, and maybe we can, because I work at, I'm a life coach at the Whispers of Serenity, and maybe I can help you overcome this. Sure, so just leave your number and I will contact you after the show.
Sure.
Thank you very much. We have another caller, you? Okay. So let me just clarify that. When I say leave the past in the past, meaning that if something, when I say bad or sad happens to you, death is, first of all, death is something that we will all face in our life. And it is very tragic, and it is sometimes very difficult to move on. But I didn't mean it only in death. I meant, how can I say this? I usually go back to this example of me and my relationship, for example, my divorce. It's something that happened. I can't just dwell on that one thing that happened and not live my life. So that's what I meant by leave the past in the past, turn another page, focus on the future. And I hope that message is clear. And just a reminder, you're more than welcome to join in on the show by calling 2460 2058, 2460 2058. If you've just joined in, this is Love Your Life. We're talking about you have the power to change. And we're talking about how to change your life. We went through the steps that strengthen your self-esteem, let go of the past, be patient, don't fear pain. And everyone chooses how happy they want to be. And yesterday's topic was happiness is a choice. People will try to make you feel guilty for not doing the things that they wanted to do. And they sometimes make you feel like their happiness depends on you. And you're not responsible for anybody's happiness. It's hard enough, being responsible for your own happiness, let alone other people. So you have to tell them, sorry, you're responsible for your happiness. And if they don't understand it, let them listen to my show, Love Your Life, on your nation station. We only have a couple of minutes left on the program, sadly. And as usual, if you know me well by now, you know that I like to end it with quotes. So this is what we're going to do. So it only takes one person to change your life. You. That's really powerful. If you don't like where you are, then change it. You are not a tree. Does that make sense? If you don't like where you are, change. You are not a tree. I'm trying to say this with all calmness and serenity, so bear with me. If you want your life to be different, you have to start reacting differently to life. If you want your life to be different, you have to start reacting to life differently. It's all about the change. And it can be as small and as big as you want it to be, depending on what it is you want to change. If you want to change, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have the power to change your thoughts, and your thoughts have the power to change your life. And that's how I would like to end it. I thank you so much for giving me this hour of your time, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you always find the courage to know what you want, and may God make it easier for you to go after it. Tomorrow's episode, inshallah, will be Never Give Up on Yourself. From Ayoub al-Busaidi and from myself, this is Ma'a Salama. Love Your Life.
Love Your Life.
Love Your Life, a show like no other, one that aims to inspire you to live a life you love. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love your day.
Love your day.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love your life.
Love Your Life, prepared and presented by Sayyida Mayya Al Said.
Love your life.